with all of this in mind, we want to enter into a time now where we're going to do a presentation of the Fred Wolfe Legacy Award. And so with that in mind, we're going to watch a video, and then Richie will come and make a presentation. Alabama Baptist Pastors, it's been an honor to serve this year as the president of the Alabama Baptist Pastors Conference. One of the great honors of this role is to select someone to set apart to be honored with the Fred Wolfe Legacy Award. This year, we are honored to have selected someone that has showed excellence in pastoral ministry, in proclaiming God's word, and in serving for the glory of God on mission. This year's recipient is Dr. J. Wolfe.
You know, it's kind of handy to have a light in this dark world, isn't it?
I want you to know that Jesus is here so you can choose faith over fear.
Dr. Wolfe has been excellent in preaching and teaching God's word. He had a gift, and still has that gift, to preach with clarity and creativity as he communicates biblical truths, biblical principles for all areas of life.
After we had recommended to the church for you to become our new pastor, and when we did that and called you and you accepted it, I can remember real vividly that the church, which was, that sanctuary was packed. It exploded with joy and happiness that the committee had recommended you and you accepted.
Hey Jay, I want you to know that I looked up in Wikipedia the other day the word pastor, and your picture was right there beside it. Thank you for 25 years of faithful service at the First Baptist Church in Montgomery, and I want to thank you for being my pastor. You will never know how much you have meant to me through the years, and may the best be yet to be.
Jay Wolfe has been an excellent pastor. He has led First Baptist Montgomery for 32 years, and retiring in 2020, he has still pastored well, pastored to pastors, pastored to people he served on the mission field, and helped so many people in their time of need. And so for that, we say thank you. Finally, we want to celebrate Jay Wolfe's service to the Lord on mission. Jay has continued to live his life on mission for the glory of God, and this part of his ministry continues today, showing that God has a desire to reach all nations, all tribes, all tongues, and all languages. It is my honor to introduce to you Richie to present the 2025 Fred Wolfe Legacy Award.
What an honor to stand before you here tonight, to be able to pay tribute to a man who has made an eternal difference in my life and countless thousands around the globe. In 1989, I was a young naval defense contractor in Washington, D.C., and I was seeking a church, and my roommate, Harry Bird, told me about First Baptist Church, Alexandria, Virginia, and he said there's a young, dynamic pastor there, and he said, you'll like him. And sure enough, when I went to visit that church and I met Jay, I did. Jay was always very friendly. He had a winsome smile, attractive charisma that's very attractional for the gospel. He also could always remember faces and names just like that. And even if you hadn't seen him in years, he'll remember people. Have you ever noticed that about Jay? We also know he's a man of solid biblical teaching. His messages are penetrating and challenging and inspirational. And that drew me to eventually join First Baptist Alexandria, leaving behind my United Methodist roots. And Brother Jay baptized me there at First Baptist Church of Alexandria. He then took me under his wing to disciple me, to help grow me in my faith. He taught me evangelism and how to share my faith. He invited me to come with him on the Monday night outreach team to countless hundreds of people throughout the North Virginia area. And he always taught us about bringing them in, building them up, and then sending them out. And that's what he's always been about in his ministry. He taught me also about pastoral care, and he took me on many hospital visits with him. He also took me to help counsel with families who had lost loved ones and were preparing for a funeral. He also taught me about community involvement. People of all socioeconomic and racial backgrounds were people to whom he said we must reach, and we must overcome boundaries and barriers. It doesn't matter who you are. They're all people that need to know Jesus. And Jay had a passion to reach all those folks. And I especially know he's done some great work down in the Montgomery area, helping to bridge into some communities that once were not reachable. And so that is so inspirational for so many people. He also taught me about the importance of engaging in Acts 1:8 missions, modeling his own involvement in missions, both local and global. And he also, of course, in every church he pastored, he put a sign in the parking lot reminding us that you are now entering the mission field. And then he also invited me to be involved in some missional opportunities there in Northern Virginia, one of which was me being able to preach at the Alexandria jail for a Christmas service, which happened to be my first time to preach. Later on, as he moved to First Montgomery, he invited me to come down and preach there as well. Jay taught me the importance of prayer by his own modeling of prayer and showing me how to pray, and also by his inviting notable speakers to our church, such as Dr. Henry Blackaby, as we did Experiencing God prayer conferences there. He also taught me the importance of ministries, starting within the church and then extending out into the community, as he invited me to become a junior deacon and a minister to the young single adults ministry there at First Baptist Alexandria. He counseled me eventually and encouraged me, as he has done for literally thousands of men and women during his ministry, to respond to the call of Christ on our lives to the full-time Christian ministry, one in which I eventually answered and now have served the Lord for some 32 years. I owe it to Jay and his influence and encouragement. Now, during those 32 years, I've also had the privilege of serving alongside Jay as a co-laborer for Christ, with our paths crisscrossing many times through those years. But most notably, we served together on the Alabama State Board of Missions, and also our latest thing in which we worked together on was the International Mission Board as trustees. As I look to Jay's life, I just want to repeat something that Mark Bethea said, First Baptist Montgomery pastor currently. He said that Jay is the most faithful of pastors to the pastoral office. I think a lot of us have learned a lot from him, and just as was just preached just a few moments ago, he's one that really invested not only in me but countless thousands of others to be able to talk about the preeminence of Christ. So I want to say thank you here today, Jay. Thank you for the impact that you have made in my life. I want to say thank you for the thousands of Alabama Baptists in which you've touched, and the thousands of others throughout the world whom you've reached through your missions and ministry involvements. For our King Jesus, for his kingdom for over 50 years. It is with this in mind that we, as the Alabama Baptist Pastors Conference, want to acknowledge and honor you with our annual Fred Wolfe Legacy Award. With distinguished honor, we are proud to present this award to you for your obedience to the Lord and also your continued legacy of ministry. Thank you so much, Brother Jay. Would you come?
Richard, I am so glad we snatched you out of the jaws of Methodism. Thank you.
United Methodism.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is a joyous honor, and I can't thank you enough, but primarily, I want to thank the Lord for giving me the high and holy privilege of serving him for the last 55 years. Serving Jesus on the menu of life, my friends, is filet mignon and creme brulee. There's nothing better. God bless you.
Thanks.
Well, let me invite you to stand and let's continue.